ready to start up.
This is DCU FM.
Tom Wallace.
Yes, this is the Tom Wallace Show. We are back after Reading Week. It's good to be back. Tom Wallace isn't here today because where is he, Sean?
He sent me a message there a little while ago. He was saying something about communications were down somewhere. I'm not quite sure. He's saying, well, he basically sent me a fax because the only way I could get through, and I'm not used to reading faxes. It's something to do with the braille, but it's something to do with like got tangled in wires. I don't know.
That's a shame. Harry and Hugh also aren't here because they're busy doing other important stuff, but that doesn't matter because what matters is
what's more important, this or what the stuff they're doing.
This, obviously.
This, yeah.
And what's even more important is the news, and right now we have the 6 o'clock news at around 7:10 or so with Phelan Keeney.
Good evening, this is I Am Phelan Keeney. This is I Am Phelan Keeney. This is the 6 o'clock news at 7:10-ish.
12.
We're gonna start right with the news, the real news, nothing but the news. Our first story is that a snake fell out of the ceiling in a house in Glasnevin last Friday, just one day after the celebration of St. Patrick's Day. The celebration of a saint who allegedly banished snakes. Now, this incident happened to expose an even larger snake, however, which is St. Patrick himself. Didn't get rid of the snakes at all. He has since been taken into custody and charged of fraud.
Where do they find him?
Next to the snake.
Alright.
A new study published by MIT reports that getting rid of traffic lights would get you to work much quicker. Drawbacks of this, however, the study found that it means that if you're traveling anywhere else, you would arrive dead. So work quicker, but also dead. 5 people have been killed in India by 4 rampaging elephants. This attack was reportedly premeditated and meticulously planned out by the elephants after they weren't invited to a pool party of the victims' ancestors over 300 years ago. Now, yesterday was I'll just launch right in. Some Dublin cafes on World Poetry Day take poems as pay. That's
what?
A haiku.
I think that was a little
haiku. Now I'm taking world as
haiku?
a haiku, whatever. Haiku.
Haiku.
I'm taking world as 2 syllables there. I think it's actually 1 syllable.
World.
You
can technically be 3 syllables. World.
Well, I'm taking it as 2.
Yeah, if you're retarded.
How is it 2?
Because it's world.
It's okay.
Can we hear it again?
The internet says it's 1 syllable, but I want it 2 because otherwise it's not a haiku.
Did you count your syllables on
and also it was I searched how many syllables was the word world,
and there's 1
apparently.
Yeah,
but I'm taking it as 2.
Allegedly.
Could we hear
anyway,
it again?
that was yesterday.
Okay,
can we hear it again, please?
You want to hear it again? Some Dublin cafes on World Poetry Day take poems as pay.
I actually like that. That's nice.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Bit of rhyme as well.
A man was arrested in Kildare yesterday morning in connection to stolen overhead telephone cables owned by ESB. And this seemed like a strange thing to steal, so we got in contact with this man, a man named Tarek Toodleplat, and we have him on Skype right now. Now, can you explain why you insisted that we have this on Skype?
Just real quick before we go any further there, it's Terence Toodleplow. Toodleplow. But
it's spelled Toodleplatt.
Yep, plow, like French. Plow.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. Anyway, but I was a bit low on funds before the dole, because, the dole only lasts you about 3 days.
Right.
So, so I was a bit low on funds, and I was like, what better way to pay me phone bill by getting phone lines,
Right, no, but see, why did you insist on having this on Skype was my first question. You were very insistent.
Well, you see, I took all the phone lines down.
Right.
So there's no.
Oh, so we couldn't actually call you where you are.
Oh no. Yeah, so there's no phone connection in Kildare anymore, and it was a bit of an ordeal because what people don't realise is there's an electric current going through the phone lines. So if you end up like cutting one of them, you get a shock. So it's like you're not really being paid for time. You're being paid for the amount of times you get shocked. So like the harder the shock, the bigger the phone wire. So like the more you get paid for the more wire.
Okay, I don't quite understand that, but I'll take it. Now, do you not feel bad about leaving the residents of Kildare without phones? And
well, they're a bit backward anyway.
Okay.
So, they're without like toilets at the moment because they're that backward. They're no need for phones.
Why is that?
Have you ever been to Kildare?
Yeah, I have.
Did you ever notice that there's no toilets?
I didn't notice that. No.
Well, you probably don't have to go to the toilet as much as I do. But yeah, there's not like they're that backward. That like phones were a privilege. They should be investing in better infrastructure than phones before they should be getting more infrastructure other than phones.
Right. Okay. Now, where were you able to sell these telephone wires? I mean, who would buy telephone wires?
Well, see, the issue was I wasn't really able to sell them because it comes back to the old problem of I wasn't able to call my guys to sell them. So yeah,
you kind of shot yourself in the foot there.
Yeah, like I was calling beforehand. I was like, hey man, we should have good lines of copper for you now in a couple of days. And not that they're made out of copper. I found that out afterwards as well after I cut them down. But so I was calling them up and I realised I had no reception. So I think that was my main issue, is that I couldn't like get my things out. So I went online and tried selling them on Done Deal, and that's actually how I got caught.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because over the phone, most phone calls aren't traced, but you go putting up on a public advert site like that.
Right. Yeah, it's easily.
Yeah. So the guards are on there and they're like, well, the phone lines are down in Kildare. Someone will pop on Done Deal because they're probably looking for dogs or something like that, because swearing boys are dogs.
Right.
And so they ended up finding me instead.
I see. And what's your plan now? What's your...
Well, I'm thinking about starting
You're in prison, correct?
I know,
you're
yeah,
Skyping from prison?
I was starting to think about starting an enterprise. See, I've had very long hair, so I figure I could maybe make bracelets out of it or something.
Right.
I like kind of wires.
Maybe
I like wires and things like that and ropes, so I think maybe they're making bracelets and wires out of my hair and then sell them to other inmates.
Right, that could...
friendship bracelets, like.
Yeah. And that's a good... It's a nice...
But it has a nice message behind it. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for talking to me via Skype again. I suppose we'll move on to our next story, which is this Easter Sunday. Whoops, excuse me. I slurred my words, which I often do. This Easter Sunday marks the 100-year anniversary of the Easter Rising, which I believe, if I remember correctly from a few Google searches I did when I was like 7 or something. It's when a magician named Jesus Christ killed himself in a trick and then came back to life, I think. And then I think this all happened on O'Connell Street or something. And afterwards, I think he pulled out guns and started shoot. He shot holes into the pillars of the GOP.
GOP.
I mean GPO. The GOP. I bet. But I mean, my research team actually could only afford to research 5 stories, and that's our 6th story. So I can't verify any of that.
You had to research the last for yourself.
I just
typed in Easter online.
No, I did. See, I did a project back when I was 7 or something on it, so I just kind of took it from what I remembered. That's news for this week. I just it's Easter Sunday Rising, the 1916 Rising. Actually, this Sunday it's a different date because Easter's a different date every year. I think it's like the week after or something like that. The actual
I don't know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think they'd be celebrating around Easter, but I think the actual date of the 100-year anniversary is somewhere.
Easter's a strange holiday.
Yeah.
Anyway, just before we go, I've got a quick. I'm just starting a new business. I've a lot of people get sick, and yeah, and it makes me feel bad. So I started Keeney's Veenies. Veenies, yes. I import in bulk Vena Cavas from the heart, and I store them in my fridge. I keep them fresh so they don't go off. And it's just for people who need a heart transplant or a vena cava transplant. I just sell them to it. Cheap prices. If you need it, I can sell it, and I got a lot of them. And it's just, it's a selfless thing I'm doing because I just want to help people.
Selfless indeed.
And it's just 20 million per vena cava. I only actually have 2.
Okay.
And they're in my fridge right now.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Finn and Kinney, for that lovely news and that interview with, what was your man's name again?
Tarrant Toodleplow.
Tarrant Toodleplow.
Didn't Tom say he was down because of wires or something?
Maybe.
Falling. Could that be anything related to do with the conspiracy?
Alright, well, coming up after the break, we have Sean on Society, but for now, we have Alabama Shakes with Give Me All Your Love. Be back in a bit. That was Alabama Shakes with Give Me All Your Love. A great tune indeed. Anyway, you hear the music in the background, you know what time it is. It's time for to hear what's bugging Sean David Doyle. So
Well,
What's bugging Sean David
What's
Doyle?
actually bugging me is the fact that I forgot my notes. What people don't realise is I have 3 words written for all my segments that help me structure my whole thing. And this week I happen to forget those 3 words, so I'm going to have to do this on the fly. So this is Sean on Society, and this week I'm talking about something that is ubiquitous in almost all cultures, from rich to poor. This is public transport. It's something that is all around the world, and it's the kind of necessary evil in every society. And I suppose starting from kind of the cheapest form of transport, you have your buses and your Lewises and stuff. So the bus is kind of actually starting with the Lewis.
Lewis?
Yeah, who is Lewis?
Lewis is my friend who drives the tram. And actually, did you hear about the strikes? I presume everyone heard about them. But what was the initial thing they were asking for?
They were asking for a
50% pay.
Was it 50%?
It was, the initial one was 50%, and it was something insane for
Finn's just like he's Finn's not making any
microphone is not landing the way I would like it to,
because you're not
I'm just gonna
moving.
It's down at the floor essentially now. I'm keeled over trying to talk into the microwave.
Anyway, continue, Sean.
The microphone. Did I say excuse me?
But so anyway, the Lewis, I think I ended up getting something like, what was it, a 13 to 15% pay increase or something in the end, which
did they get it? Did they get a pay increase in the end?
I think they did, because they were threatening to do Paddy's Day and Easter Sunday and stuff, so I think in the end they got it not what they wanted, but some sort of thing, which brings up the debate, is it actually worth I know it's like it is a job that this person's working like 40 hours a week, but is it actually worth, like, say they're getting, say, a tenner an hour, like, is a 50% pay increase really reasonable? Or
nah, not really. Like, well, for some, like a living, well, like, what's a living wage?
Actually, really? No, maybe, I don't know.
How much were they getting before?
I'm not quite sure.
Was it a tenner an hour?
It could have been more than that now, in all fairness. But like, that's what I'm saying. It's a big pay increase for any job, especially something that you don't really go up in. Like, the only reason I could see you maybe getting pay increases maybe times served with the company. But anyway, but that was Lewis. Other than that, buses are a strange place. Yeah, especially in Dublin, because it goes from one thing to the other. You have this awkward and kind of, you have this quiet and strange vibe where, like, everyone's on the bus, and, like, if you had 60 people on a bus, it's just dead quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Or, if you brought 60 strangers into a house, they'd end up having a party or something like that. And then the flip side is that if a bus isn't, everyone hates the bus because it's awkward and quiet. Or if it's noisy, you hate it as well, because you're just like, why can't you just be quiet?
You're out there, you're saying if you brought 60 people into a house to have a party, everyone on the bus is just, they're going to a destination. If you brought anyone into a house, they have nothing else to do but have a party.
Yeah. I don't think people hate when a bus is quiet. I don't walk into a quiet bus and be like, oh, this is the worst.
Yeah,
it's just
I quite enjoy it.
It's just a thing that people do. People get the bus to go a place.
It's purely utility.
Yeah, it's not really like, it doesn't need to be anything else, really.
Yeah. And the step up from that, and the next pay rise is kind of taxis. And taxis are kind of, someone else talking, I think it might have been you telling me about taxis. You have this, it's either you have a good taxi driver and you're having a bit of crack and stuff like that, or you have the awkward taxi driver where you're sitting there and you don't know whether to talk or not talk, especially if you're by yourself.
It's fine if the taxi driver is quiet, it's fine, but sometimes you can get an easy taxi driver, but other times it'll be just the most awkward taxi driver.
Taxis are weird when you think about it. You're getting into someone else's car and asking them to just drive you to this place.
Yeah, but on top
anything's
of that, I'm
weird
just thinking about the awkward silences. The awkward silences as well, though. If you're one of those awkward taxi drivers, imagine how bad that must be for you, doing that 30 times a day.
Yeah, like we're told as children to not get into cars with strangers. Yet
it's a different business.
But then people would tell. Like, say, mothers would tell their daughters to make sure they get a taxi home instead of walking, which is probably the safer option.
I think you're skipping a middle step somewhere along the line of safety and stuff like that.
Same idea.
Also, apparently there's fake taxis going around Dublin at the moment.
Did you see actually in that fake taxi, the certain style film company in England, they were basically exposed, and the town where they make their films was revealed to the public. So yeah.
I think Paul was talking about some snuff films.
Oh.
Yes. Anyway, speaking of fake taxis, and not that type of fake taxi, I think there's just guys going around with signs, not walking around because they're in a car, with signs on the thing. I was like, what? Someone was telling me about it. I was like, why would they put signs in the cars? Like, will they just go around and pick up people? Apparently they just do it so they can use the taxi lanes, which, it's not the most harmful crime in the world. But so then after that we have, and also I think taxi drivers, there's an inherent racism that comes out in Irish people. And talk about taxi drivers, some Irish people. I'm looking at your spouse, Paul. Your lady, I remember talking about this, and I remember loads of people talking about this. It's an Irish thing that, like, no one's racist, but when it comes to taxi drivers, everyone suddenly becomes racist.
That's actually very
horrible.
true.
Like, it's like, oh no, don't get in the taxi with whatever ethnicity, because, you know, they take you the long way and they charge you more and all this stuff. I don't think I've really ever found that to be the case. I've had like bad Irish taxi drivers and I've had bad other taxi drivers, and I've had much equal on both sides. But it's funny how everyone loves just jumping on a racist bandwagon when it comes to taxi drivers.
I'd say it's a lot to do with, well, like, people more, like, an Irish taxi driver would talk to like their passengers more than a different nationality.
But I know different
in most
nationality
cases.
things. I've had the best taxi, like, as an Irish, you know, you end up having a bit of chat, but there's some different nationalities where they suddenly blare and and like they're just overexcited and like
it's hit and miss.
But again, it's nothing to do with race. Anyway, after that then we have planes, which is probably the most expensive and uncomfortable form of public transport. And actually, speaking of planes, I suppose condolences go out to people in Brussels and the airport bombing,
of course.
But planes are just, I don't know, I suppose not much to say about planes other than just, you know, I suppose I'm not pay for expensive plane rides, which probably are comfy and luxurious, but Ryanair and such is not the most fun ride. And to end my segment anyway, I have 5 fun facts about public transport, which I didn't bring, so I'm just gonna see if I can remember them. Public transport, forms of public transport are the dirtiest places on the planet. There are people sneezing and getting germs everywhere. There's so many germs on people's hands, you know, rubbing these bars and everyone pressing the same buttons. No one cleans those things.
I know, when I go onto a bus, I just rub all the bars.
Just rubbing
them all day,
and everyone's getting dirty and sneezing on each other and breathing on each other, and it's disgusting. You know the condensation you get on the bus window? That's all just people spit, just condensated on the window. After that, you have a situation where more people have died building train tracks than there are people in the Republic of Ireland, I think.
Really?
Because back when they were building all the train tracks using dynamite and stuff like that, people were just blowing the hell out of each other. Not accidentally, because of accidents and going through mountains and stuff like that. Alright, this was supposed to be the one I finish on, but I just can't remember the other few. Wait, no, let me think.
Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. Alright, so there's more there are more submarines, or there are more planes in the sea than submarines in the sky. Fact.
Wait, what?
There are more planes in the sea than there are submarines in the sky.
Hopefully. I hope that's true.
I don't want any submarines in the sky. What would be a big issue if there's a submarine in the sky? You said that like you're fearful of it.
Yeah, well, if you looked up and seen a submarine, you were like, how the hell is there a submarine in the sky? That's not right. Anyway.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to wrap up. I know I'm going to start my segment next week with my 2 extra facts that I can't remember. So that's been me and public transport.
We look forward to seeing Sean Doyle with his little book of notes back next week. Anyway, we're going to go into another song now. This is Little Green Cars. It's the John Wayne. We'll be back in a bit. That was Little Green Cars with the John Wayne. And now Harry isn't here, unfortunately, so all your queries and ponderous thoughts will have to be postponed for another week at least. But in the meantime, we're just gonna, the 3 of us lads here, we're just gonna discuss different things that come across a bit strange but are in fact true. The first one being everyone knows the game golf.
What?
Everyone knows the game golf.
Like the car?
No, it's the sport.
Like the car?
No, it's just it's a saying.
It shares
everyone knows the game golf.
It shares the same name as the car, yes, but it is in fact a sport. Anyway, the object of the sport golf.
Why do you think they named the Volkswagen Golf the Golf? Was it after the sport?
Because only people with little balls can ride it.
Maybe.
But the Golf is a decent car. It's practical. It's cheap.
Is it cheap?
Yeah. I mean, for
a car.
Yeah.
Anyway. The object of golf.
Sponsored by Volkswagen.
The object of golf.
Wir lieben Autos.
I
don't even know if that's their phrase. It's something like that, right?
That sounds pretty bang on.
No, keep talking. I like you talking. I like you interrupting me.
Okay, so basically a Volkswagen Golf is it's a 4-door or a 2-door.
A what?
Hatchback.
A what? Can you say that again?
It's a 4-door or a 2-door.
Alright, I thought you said something else.
It's available in both door sizes.
Comes in metallic blue.
Comes in electronic red. Comes in other colours. Shot pink.
Why is there different
electrifying green?
Why is there different names for colours?
because there's like a billion different shades.
So you can.
But who names these
if you named
colors?
it just green, like
Who names these colors? Like, who named it electrifying red? That's
One person's electrifying red could be another person's
all right. Anyway,
de-electrifying red.
Phelan, I'm going to agree with Paul on now. You were just talking the absolute proverbial. So Paul, may you continue?
Anyway, the object
I said was proverbial.
Shut up, Phelan. I'm talking. Harry's gone. This is my segment now. I claimed it. Harry's dead.
Go ahead, Paul.
Tom didn't tell you, but he told me. He died. Okay?
Go ahead, Paul.
He's dead, Phelan.
I'm letting you go,
Alright,
Paul.
okay.
I'm letting you continue talking.
Oh, the record fell. Anyway, the object of golf is to play the least amount of golf. That's true.
I feel we got more discussion out of the cars.
Yeah, we probably did.
The least amount. You said the least amount of golf.
The object
To
of
play the least amount of golf.
yeah, the object of the sport is to be on the golfing course.
Yeah, it's one of the only
Least
few
amount of time.
sports where you're trying to aim for the least amount of points to win.
Yeah.
It's not that you're playing the least amount of golf. It's just that you're playing the game better, so you don't need to spend longer playing it.
Yeah, but you think if you enjoy playing golf, you want to be out there as long as possible.
But if you enjoy playing golf, you probably enjoy being good at golf.
Maybe. Or maybe you just want to be out there in the sun all day.
Well, then go out in the sun all day. Don't play golf. As a
Also, with April Fool's Day is coming up.
April Fools, it's not.
It is though. It's coming in like 2 weeks. Anyway, April Fool's Day is the one day of the year when people critically evaluate news articles before accepting them as true. How about that?
I don't know.
I critically evaluate. It's my job as a news person.
Do you think people critically analyze your news reports?
Today, I think.
Well, mine are true, so they don't need to.
That's
I
true.
think in reference to today's society, I think it's done a lot more because the likes of
definitely.
Waterford Whispers and all those, prank sites where like articles are written to seem believable, but are actually like,
and not even that. So much of what's put out as news is just crap anyway.
Actually,
so.
a lot of news is like there's some publications that are just absolute drivel.
Some
like,
publications that are regarded as proper publications.
Like what?
Awesome.
Some of them, man.
Like,
I think there's some. There's some that can.
CNN often put out like just completely false things, and
Well, they've
got a number.
CNN are very big, and they get caught for things like that. There's been several like lawsuits and stuff with CNN.
And you go on, what's that site? Huffington Post. It'll be like one story about like the thing, and the next story is just sensationalist bullcrap. And they try and be like a progressive, like, oh no, we're not like that. But then they go on like 10 reasons why we're not.
I always thought they were. I always thought they were satire.
What?
Huffington Post.
Yeah. I just thought it was another satire thing.
Really?
Yeah. I never really read most of more of their articles though.
That's why there's some things that have become very kind of big and sidey for the sake of like because of how short and like to the point they are, but they're not great publications. Like take the Journal. The Journal is like the Irish people love now because it's like one of the few mobile apps that like work. But if you ever went onto the Journal site,
yeah,
it's like you get the headlines and the headlines are the same headlines in all the papers, but they have more of them. But the articles themselves are
they're terrible.
They have just a severe lack of content and like. Again, not very well written.
I noticed as well on their
like something like that's just made for the headlines
on their Facebook page as well. You know, the way most news outlets when they share an article, they just share an article with the headline. That's it. They don't comment on it.
Yeah.
Journals like the way they share it, like is that they put captions in it as if like the person behind them is commenting on the article as they post it, which is very strange. Anyway, another thing here I've seen moving to topic discussion to bodily functions.
Bodily functions.
Bodily functions.
I have a few.
The only of all bodily functions that could be contagious. Thank God it's the yawn. Can you imagine if like
what?
Like yawning.
As in,
yawn.
Contagious.
Yeah.
Thank God it's yawning that's contagious.
Yeah, can you imagine if like peeing was contagious? You imagine if like you went to pee, then I need to pee.
Sometimes
the idea,
depending on the time of day or how hydrated.
If somebody needs to pee, the idea of somebody else peeing can make them need to pee even more.
Yeah.
Or what, like other things.
Like sneezing.
Yeah. That would be horrible.
Or
isn't sneezing in a way contagious? Because sneezing
or vomiting. Imagine if someone vomited, then it's like
that kind of
is it's both like in a mental reaction way. But also the fact that vomiting it spreads germs and it's often due to sickness, and then other people get that sickness which makes them vomit. So
I heard of this one guy in this movie one time, and he was saying about how when he was younger, he threw up over the balcony of a theater down onto the people below him, and that caused the guy below him to throw up, and he threw up on the guys in front of him, and then he threw up on the guy in front of him, and next thing you know, everyone in the theater was throwing up all over each other.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a good. I think Harry would be proud of the way we spent his segment time. So we're gonna leave.
Not proud of Harry for not being here though.
No, well he is dead, so not much we can do about it. Anyway,
is he?
Maybe, I don't know. That's what I'm not giving you any information. because it's all in my head.
Go ahead,
Because Tom told me. Anyway, coming up after the break, we'll have the weekly wacky quiz. But for now, it's a bit of Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap. Have a listen. Blast from the past there with the Sweet Disposition from the Temper Trap. But now, y'all know what time it is. It is the weekly wacky quiz on the Tom Wallace Show.
Mash up madness. Mash up madness.
Still going. Just how does it still go?
Still not over.
Oh my dear Lord. God, take me now.
Just balanced my checkbook in that time.
Right.
I just lived a whole little life.
You did. Anyway, since we only have the two boys, Phelan and Sean David Doyle,
I just try to be referred to as a man.
we're gonna shake up the quiz a little bit. We have I have two sets of questions for two different lads, and I know it's kind of a music-based quiz, and I know that Phelan's favourite artist, or one of her favourite artists, is Feist.
That's correct.
That's correct. And
Feist is God.
Sean David Doyle's one of his favourite music artists is the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I feel if we're being quizzed on our favourite bands, Feist has done like 2 things in her life. The Chili's have done like 2 million, so this is going to be an unfair thing. Feist is a boring person.
We're about to find out who likes their favourite artist more. So I have 3 questions.
Oh, I enjoy this.
For each of you.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. So
3 questions for each of you, based on your favourite artist, and then the buzzer beater of our question is just a random music related question.
All right.
So
this is interesting.
It is. We're gonna see what you lads are made of. If I can get the first question. Okay, so the first question goes to Phelan. Phelan, you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go. First question. Feist got her music career started at age 15 when she founded and sang lead vocals for a Calgary punk band.
Correct. It's called Placebo.
Final answer?
Yes.
See, this is not fair.
This is completely fair.
Feist again is like
that's correct.
Feist has had a long musical career playing in many different bands.
What year did she start playing in?
What year did when she?
It was when she was 15.
Like the 90s, early 90s,
late 90s, guys, like early 80s.
All right, well, Phelan got out.
And they've been on like way more.
Phelan got out to a smashing start.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible, man. I'm gonna be raped.
All right, Sean, are you ready for your first question?
I guess so.
Well, we're still on the final answer. Okay, there we go.
I'm so scared.
Okay,
I'm
Sean.
Sorry to the Chili Peppers.
This is a kind of...
And a lot of this... Can I interject for 1 second? A lot of the Chili Peppers knowledge would be a lot more public than the Feist knowledge.
That's true.
That's not...
That is completely true.
In fairness, this question isn't as niche as that one. So,
alright, let's go.
How many albums have the Red Hot Chili Peppers sold worldwide? Sold worldwide.
Out of their whole catalogue?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know.
I gave you leniency within 10 million.
140 million.
140?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You are way off.
Yeah, it's way more, isn't it?
No, it's way less. 60
really?
million.
Oh. I don't even know how many people are in the world.
Yeah. So yeah, after one round, Phelan is up 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel, Phelan? First,
I feel great.
You feel great, Sean?
I feel great.
I feel terrible.
You feel terrible. All right, well, hopefully this round will go better for you. So go back to Phelan
That's
for
me.
Round number 2. What year was Feist born?
Shit. Okay, she's like 48 or something. She's late 40s, I think, or no, early 40s maybe, mid 40s maybe. Wait, what year? 2016.
And there's no leniency.
No leniency. No, that's
6 months. Give him 6 months.
Like 1 year leniency.
I'll give you 1 year leniency.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna say
that's a 3 year. That's a 3 year mark, and if he knows roughly what age.
1973.
1973. Final answer.
Yeah, I don't know.
You say 1973. That would make her around 43 right now. Yeah.
No.
No more.
It would be about.
Yeah, 43. 40.
All right. Too bad that's the wrong answer.
Oh, what year? So is it 75 or something?
It's 76. She's 40 years old.
Well, it's pretty close. That was pretty
close. You're not too obsessed with
You're
her.
right there, Phil. She does look about 50 though. She looks real old. Yeah, she does. You said she looked about 48, and you're right. She's a hag.
All right, so Sean David Doyle is still in the game. How do you feel, Sean? You're happy he made a slip up there?
I am, but I'm not expecting any sort of wonderful comeback. You know.
All right, well, let's see what.
Can
happens.
I just point out that Sean does listen to Feist?
I do listen
without
to Feist.
me putting that on.
I'm sure she's a lovely person, but in this case, she's my enemy.
All right, so this is this is round 2. Yeah, no, this is second question of round 2. Okay, let's go. Red Hot Chili Peppers singer Anthony Kiedis, is that how you pronounce it? Kiedis. He said that every woman he had met in his life was the inspiration for what hit song?
Under the Bridge.
It was like one of their biggest songs.
Because the only time he's seen women in his life are under a bridge.
Think about
okay, I don't know. Californication.
Final answer?
Yeah, sure.
You pushed him away from the wrong answer.
I didn't even think. I just said one of the biggest songs.
You say Californication.
Yeah.
Californication is wrong.
I know. Let me think, because I don't know that I have time to think.
You were close. The answer was
one song or the other. It's
Danny California.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
You got the California part.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So after the end of round 2, it is still 1-0 to Phelan.
Yeah,
it is indeed.
So I bet you're a bit bummed that you didn't get to pull up points back there.
No, I'm not expecting much, to be honest.
I feel.
Could you remove your body from my chair, Sean?
I'll put it on top.
Alright, so this is the last round of your favorite artist related questions before we go on to our buzzer beater. We might even need the buzzer beater, but
no, because it's 2 points for the quickfire round. Remember?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Anyway,
is it?
It is it. Alright, beginning round 3. Phelan and Keeney, let's go.
Okay. I'm ready.
What was the name of the Feist song that became a hit after being used?
Oh my god!
In an Apple ad. Jesus, this is the easiest question in the world. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it the one that was used in the Apple ad?
I'm not saying anything.
God, that's.
Wait, finish what you said.
That was being used in a popular ad.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Final answer.
Yeah.
God damn it!
That was the easiest question in the world. That's how most people came to know Feist.
Okay, final answer. That's correct.
Yeah.
Phelan could somewhat work out his age, her birth date, if he knew roughly her age. That's a popular answer. I had to work out what Anthony Kiedis' like inspiration for his lyrics.
Hey, if you know their songs, you should be able to recite the lyrics.
I could recite the lyrics to 50 like romantic chili songs.
I asked you what your favorite band was, and what was your favorite artist, and you gave me 3, and I picked this one.
I know. Still, Feist is just such.
Know your artist better, Sean.
I have to know. Actually, over the course of the Chili's history, I've known about 7 different people.
That's not my problem.
Asked me about Anthony Kiedis.
That's not my
They've
problem.
had 7 different members.
All right, you still.
That's 7 times more knowledge per person.
Okay, you still have a chance.
Band way larger catalogue.
You still have a chance. You still have a chance to get a point back before we go into the buzzer beater. So are you ready, Sean?
Oh yes. I'll think about this one. I'm sorry for moaning. I'm just being I'm a little bit moany today.
Okay.
And every day.
It's bad sportsmanship, Phelan.
What is the first song?
Wait, so this is the. Oh, sorry.
What is the first song that the entire band wrote together? I'll give you a clue. There's 3 words in the song title.
What? When you say the entire band, what generation of the band?
It's the first.
The very
first song that all members of the band.
Of what? Right, you said all members.
All
of the
members
band.
of the band at the time.
All right, so like when Red Hot Chili Peppers were like their first thing, I don't know.
Or maybe I don't know. To be honest, it's 3. It's 3 words. There's 3 words in the song.
It's not Police Helicopter. It could be. Some real early stuff. Some real kind of heavy funk stuff, like punk funk. Time. All right. I don't know. I can't even think at all.
Just take a stab at it.
Looks like you're not that much of a fan, Sean.
You still have a chance to level with Phelan at the buzzer beater, and you'll the buzzer beater is gettable.
I'm
gonna have to push you for
any
an
3-word song type.
Any 3-word song.
Jesus, give it a stab.
Tick tock.
Okay.
3 words.
Just go.
Oh my god, no, I can't. I don't know it. I just don't know it.
Okay, doesn't know it. Final answer.
Apache Rose Peacock, although that's like off of a way later album.
You gave me no answer.
I said Apache Rose Peacock.
Apache Rose Peacock. Okay.
But that's off a way for later album, so.
Apache Rose Peacock is incorrect. Johnny, do you know what it was?
Yeah, I do.
Out in LA. You knew that?
Oh, I totally knew that. I'm Sean, and I've totally listened to Red Hot Chili Peppers before.
I didn't know that was the first song they've written together, but I do know the song.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Anyway, so that's 2 up failing.
Yeah.
Buzzer beater still to go. Buzzer beater worth 2 points. I must warn you that the buzzer beater round has nothing to do with Red Hot Chili Peppers or Feist.
Oh no!
So you're both.
What are we gonna do?
Alright, so considering you're both on the same team, usually you both need different
Is he
buzzers.
on 1 or 2?
He's on 2.
Oh, right.
Blah.
They're too similar.
No,
Well, you can see who does it first.
No, you need different buzzers.
Alright, I'm gonna blah.
Okay, okay, but don't start bitching to me when you think oh no, I did first. I'm picking who does it first.
Alright, watch my mouth.
Alright, buzzer beater question. Let's go. The Beatles are the highest selling music artist of all time.
Blah. No, I don't blah. Spelling can happen first. You go ahead. Is that the question?
No. That sound like a question to you?
It sounds like a statement.
Let me start it again. The Beatles are the highest selling music artist of all time. Who is the second highest?
Blah.
Sean got there
Michael
first.
Jackson.
That's incorrect. Gonna move to failing.
You too.
That's also incorrect.
Alright, can I go
Yeah,
again?
he's going over back to someone gets it.
Jeez. I'm gonna go with...
Oh yeah, never mind.
I'm gonna go with... Alright, so we have U2, we have Michael Jackson, we have the Beatles. Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart's incorrect.
Right, no, he has the most amount of largest regarded concert.
Failing?
Oh, shucks.
This is a hard one. Oh my god.
Too long. Pass it on to Sean.
Queen.
Queen is incorrect.
What's the guy's name? One Direction?
No.
I was shooting the blind there. I was hoping that wasn't the right answer, so thank God it's not.
Mariah Carey.
No. I can't. I'm surprised you're
She
not.
has a Christmas song, right?
Is it like a pop band, or is it like...
It's a single artist. Singular
It's a
artist.
singular artist. It's not Michael Jackson.
Prince.
It's not Prince.
Prince? No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Was it a female or male?
It's male. No,
Right,
you,
so I feel as
you
though
have to get it.
I feel as though like it's just we can either shout out if whoever says it first gets it right.
Yeah.
Male artist.
But if you don't get it within the next minute, I'm gonna have to.
Alright, you keep dropping hints until someone shouts out the right answer.
Okay. He's dead.
Did he die recently?
Allegedly.
Oh, Elvis.
Elvis is correct. Although that is correct, I basically had to feed it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
a draw?
That's a draw. Congrats to both of you. Both of you are winners.
I deserved it more.
Oh, you didn't.
So I'm sure if Feist is listening, she'd be like, "Oh, that failing guy knew all my."
You knew like
questions."
my three most knowable things.
Yeah.
I knew two of them.
So anyway, congrats to both of you. Next week we'll hopefully have the two lads on where we'll have the usual bands and crack. So until then, we're going to leave you with a bit of Elvis to say goodbye. This is A Little Less Conversation. We're going to see you next week. From all of us at the Tom Wilde Show, good night.